Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dukden Tarje. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Yumeo. Homage to the main Guru Padmasambhava. Sumu. Tanzen Chatso. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the webcast. And our participating VIPs today are His Eminence the Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway, and Madam Judy, Dharma Sister, and Law Advisor to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Jennifer Zhou, and the Accountant to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. And producers for the Geni Diansang Shinten from CTI TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi, and a member of the True Buddha School Scholars Group, Professor Ye Su-wen. And the former secretary of the Lotus Light Charity Society of Taiwan, Dharma Brother Tian, and his wife. That took from Malaysia, Miss Li Hai An, and the Latin Li Ching, and their daughter Li Chi, Dharma Sister Li Chi. And the Latin from Malaysia, Dharma Sister Tze Hui. And a singer from Malaysia, the little sweetie, or Dharma Sister Yi Hui. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? This evening, we practice Guru Padmasambhava's Dharma, and we can say that he is the founder of Tantrayana, and we can say that Guru Padmasambhava is the common patriarch or founder of the four schools of Tibetan Buddhism, the schools of the Gelugpa, Kagyupa, Sakyapa, and Nyingmapa. They all highly revere Guru Padmasambhava. And Guru Padmasambhava was from India. And because King Tze Chen, the king of Tibet, invited Guru Padmasambhava to enter into Tibet and to establish Tantric Buddhism. So that was the start of Tantrayana in Tibet. It was like this at that time. King Tze Chen we could say that the King Tze Chen was an emanation of Manjushri Bodhisattva, and Guru Padmasambhava was an emanation of a trinity, three bodies in one, which are Sakyamuni Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, and Kuan Yin Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So the union of these three bodies emanated as Guru Padmasambhava. And the most important one was an emanation of Amitabha Buddha. So you could read the biography of the physical emanation of Guru Padmasambhava. So his hagiography, this biography of this life. I once said that he was born on top of a lotus blossom. He manifested on top of a lotus blossom. So, of course, as we know, anyone that appeared out of a lotus blossom, of course, a lotus youth or lotus child. So he had no father and no mother. And he manifested at a place called the Dhanakosha lake or ocean. And among many lotus blossoms, there was a baby emanated or appeared from a lotus blossom. And then he was brought back to the palace by a king. So that's how he came about. So his origin was quite marvelous, and he had a tremendous power and skills. Upon entering into Tibet, once he subjugated a lot of the heretics of the deviant paths, and also the demons and devils, and finally arrived at the King Tze Chen of Tibet at the Yangbula River. And the first temple in Tibet was established by Guru Padmasambhava, King Tze Chen, and called Jifu or Jingming in Chinese, and that's Santarakshita. It was built by the three of them to build the Samye temple. So that was the first temple in Tibet. It's called Samye temple. If you've been there, please raise your hand. Oh, many of you. I have never been there myself. because I've only been to China once and has not had another chance, and of course not to Tibet either. No need to mention. And to Buddha school, only 2 people cannot go. One is Grandmaster and the other one is Simu. One is Sijun, the other one is Simu. And the rest of you can go. Only the 2 of us cannot go. This must have been fate. We cannot blame anyone else. That say we cannot blame the Bardo deliverance at the stadium in Hong Kong, or we cannot blame the meeting with Dalai Lama, or etc. etc. So this was just part of a fate. Although what Grandmaster longs for is the culture of China. Which is the 5,000 years of culture. You know, and the great earth of China, and the customs and traditions of China. There are many places to visit and to see. So that's the place that I would love to go. And I can only do it in my meditation or in dreams. And as you all know, in Malaysia, today at noon, Grandmaster was in slight meditation, in meditation a little bit, and I went to Malaysia to help a disciple there. Which the one who acted as the head of Ghost Zhongchun Yiwu. I went there to help him. Of course, Grandmaster worked very hard. That I just celebrated my 74th birthday this year, and I have so many problems. I have to go all over the place in the daytime as well as at night. I am so busy that I can't even breathe. And today Ambassador Liao saw me and said, most other people retire at 65. And they enjoy retirement life and a very life of leisure at home, go to the park, strolling, playing chess, doing exercises, and you go to the movies as you like and eat what you will like. Nobody is bothering you. And you live such a nice, relaxing and leisurely life. But Grandmaster, on every Saturday, I have to be seated here in group practice, and every Sunday I have to conduct Homa. I can't even take a nap. And in the afternoon, ever since I came back to the United States, I always give spiritual consultation to over 30 people every day. People have so many problems, and they all throw them to me. And then Grandmaster is just passing the hot potatoes to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So we pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas behind me to please not be so unmoved, because the fellow disciples have problems and you should help me so that I'm not on my own taking care of everything. So in the future, after spiritual consultation, and then you burn the paper money, and then you can talk to whomever deity you like and ask them to help. You can pray to my mother to help, especially if you want to have children, because she's the Avalokiteswara who gives children. And many people prayed to my mother for children, and my mom did give to them. And we have many more Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who are sitting unmoved, but actually they are alive, they are moving. They can move, and they will hear what you ask for, and inadvertently they resolve many and all kinds of problems. For a typical problem, like the mundane problems, please don't pray to Guru Padmasambhava, because he belongs to real practice. So he is a master for practices. So if you have encounter difficulties or hardships in your spiritual cultivation or in your Dharma practice, then you can talk to Guru Padmasambhava. You can tell him and ask for his help. Guru Padmasambhava once said, if you single-mindedly and wholeheartedly pay homage and make prostrations to Guru Padmasambhava and recite his mantra, especially on the 10th of each lunar month, and you sincerely practice Guru Padmasambhava deity yoga, and you pray to him, then he would appear in front of you anytime. At that time, he would be able to help you to overcome any problems or difficulties you encounter in your spiritual cultivation. He would appear in front of you with your eyes open or in your dreams or meditation, very bright and luminous. Guru Padmasambhava, who is a union of Trinity. On each 10th of the lunar month, you practice his Buddha Dharma. He once made this statement, and he would be able to help you with any difficulties or problems you encounter in your spiritual cultivation. This is very important, extremely important. And Guru Padmasambhava had performed lots of exorcism, subjugation of evil spirits and demons and devils, and also heretics. And our precious baby XX, Tata, she claimed that she subjugated the 5 heads of ghosts. So she had defeated and captured them. If she had truly have, then the ghost will not go rampant and harm people. Actually, what she did, she was just offering, she was just making offering to them, but she cannot control them. But Guru Padmasambhava truly subjugated those demons and devils and transformed them to become protectors. But XX said that she did that too to the 5 heads of ghosts and all the ghosts, but that's not the case. That was not called subjugation because the ghosts are going rampant, harming people. Only here at the Tribuddha Seattle temple, the Seattle temple, Dharma Sister Sophia Xu went to pay homage to the XX hall, and then she became disturbed by the ghost, and she saw ghost, and then at the end she drove her red Mercedes, and on a quiet road she ran into concrete pipes and killed herself. She had died, Sophia. Had XX subjugated the ghost, then Master Lian Si will not have lost his mind. Had she truly subjugated the ghost, then Dharma Sister Sen from the Seattle temple, after visiting there, will not be disturbed by the ghosts. Our doctor, PhD Thomas, would not be disturbed by the ghost either. So is Thomas here? Now she's fine. My sister Shen is fine too now. Where is Thomas? Is Thomas here tonight? He's not here. I had wanted him to become a witness because he has recovered. There's so many things that are difficult to express. You know, your ghosts are going rampant, harming people. And many of our disciples went to your place to become volunteers, and afterwards they are in big trouble. Had you subjugated the ghosts, then you would be able to control them and never to harm them. Instead, they should have protected them. They could have become guardian angels. Ghosts can never become protectors, but they can become at least guardian angels. And I have written so much about those who were harmed, and every one of them wanted to kill themselves. And Lu-Ling Shen, right? She's also a victim. So many victims. It doesn't matter what you said, that you subjugated the ghost, but the ghosts are everywhere harming people. So she tried to copy Guru Padmasambhava, or as an analogy, because Guru Padmasambhava subjugated many demons and devils and transformed them to become protectors. So she also claimed that. So can that be acceptable? No. How could they become protectors? But in her protector hall, because she had built one, inside it they're all just ghosts. So we have to be able to discern what is the right one, what the real one, and what is the fake one or the false one. You know, she just tried to deceive and create deception. She seemed to be true and real and authentic, but just slightly off. When Grandmaster was talking about Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds, she claimed that the Pure Land of the ghosts are at the equal level as the Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds. But you know, the Padma Kumaras of the Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds can never harm people. But your ghosts are harming people. How could you call that a Pure Land? And she regarded and claimed that that was a Pure Land. And Guru Padmasambhava has a Pure Land, and it is called the Copper Mountain Pure Land. Many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have their own Pure Lands. So that's why you need to be able to discern clearly, to differentiate it. You can't confuse between the real and the fake ones. You can't treat the real pearls and the fish eyes. You know, you are just like a fish eye, and other people are pearls, and yet you try to deceive people, treating the fake pearl as the real pearls. You should not do that. And in 2010, XX wanted to confer Lian Hua Chun Hui as Acharya, Vajra Acharya, a master. And before Lian Hua Chun Hui came to Seattle. And XX also asked Lian Hua Jia Xing to become her master.
他推荐你，不是他的上司，是师尊的上司，他要推荐你。现在上司不行哦，上司有规定的哦。
Now we have rules to become masters. You have to be ordained.
家里做梦可以。
But if you are lay practitioners, you can just dream in your dreams at home. Because nowadays all masters have to be ordained. We have to maintain the spirit of Buddha Sakyamuni. There will no more be lay masters. And the reason why we still have lay masters, because at those times when they were conferred, there were not many monks and nuns at all. That's why we have lay masters. But afterwards, after monks and nuns can be ordained, then we only have ordained masters, no more lay masters. So, sorry, you can just dream for it. But Master Chun Fei is real. She wanted to give her that master empowerment. Maybe secretly. What I heard, that the monks and nuns under her, before they became ordained, their hair had to be cut by XX first, right? Yes. So she shaved her hair first before you came here to Grandmaster, right? Reverend Lien Chu said yes. So how could a lay person give ordination? That is not right. That's called your violating your own authority, because you yourself are not ordained. How could you give ordination to other people? So you're violating the Buddha's precepts, and this is a grave violation. Right? So 8 years ago, she already wanted to give Lian Hua Chun Hui the Acharya empowerment to become a master. So there was only one word that would be appropriate for her, is a mess or chaotic. It's just really a mess. And because of her, True Buddha School now is in chaos too. All her protectors are ghosts, and inside her protector hall, they are all ghosts too. And Guru Padmasambhava is here. And Guru Padmasambhava is a true Mahasiddha, one with a great attainment through spiritual cultivation. He's a bodhisattva. He's truly great. He could subdue demons and subjugate devils, and he could subjugate a lot of heretics and the gods and ghosts and the spirits, and the 4 schools of Tibetan Buddhism highly revere him, and he could appear anywhere because he is a union of 3 bodies: Amitabha Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, and Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. He is a union of the body, speech, and mind of these 3 deities. That's Guru Padmasambhava. And he's also Padma Kumara. And today we will continue on Lamdre, the Vajra verses of Lamdre. And today we will talk about the all-encompassing. What it means is that everything that can be covered by Lamdre, like we often say, the sunlight, all-encompassing bodhisattva, or moonlight, all-encompassing bodhisattva. What is this all-encompassing? Is it includes everything. And Vairocana Buddha, His epithet is the all-encompassing Vajra. Like the sun rays, it shines upon everything and everywhere. So all-encompassing. And first, about 5 reliable wheels, divided into burning lamp, Sanskrit thunder, yoga of the channels, the wheel of bats, the yoga of light drops, who are classified as the harmony of the sun and moon at the heart. Second, the solitary warrior at the navel chakra. Third, the light drops of bliss at the secret chakra. And fourth, the seeds of the white illustrial light at the brow point. In the future, I will explain each of them. And then there are also the 3 relight wheels, and they are sharpness, rapidity or swiftness, and solidity. And other key formula, which is the fire, there is light, red or pink, and blazing light, fire, and light drops that takes toll, the wheel of fire, the blazing fire, and the extremely blazing fire, and all-encompassing fire. The 9 key formulas of the all-encompassing path are the 5 unreliable wheels, 3 reliable wheels, and 1 other key formula. And part of the 5 unreliable wheels include the burning lamp, or ranteng, and then the divine thunder, and the yoga of the channels inside our body, and the wheel of the bats. And what are the bats? And the yoga of the light drops. And next we will explain about the burning lamp. The body is at the strict position as instructed. The same. When you practice the inner tantra, first perform the 9 postures of the beginning practice of quiet contemplation. This is the key formula. Quiet contemplation is the same as meditation, like instructed above. Then naturally practice the zealous life. And what this means, zealous life, is holding your breath and focus on the path of meditation. So you should be diligent practicing meditation. The key point for the mind is to lucidly visualize on the forefinger width below the navel area, which I call the lower dantian. So what is the mind? The key point of the mind. So you need to visualize at the forefinger width below the navel. We call the navel. So when a baby is born, we have to cut the umbilical cord from the navel. And that forefinger width below the navel is the point where the central channel, the left and right channels meet. At that place, there is an upside down Chia character that is dark red, and its nature is fire. At the navel chakra, visualize a light red but it wrote yang here, character in an upright position. In the past, I often taught everyone to visualize the half of Ah character. So half of Ah character. But here, the visualization is the light red in upright position. And the key point for the Qi is to be in concert with the harmonious Qi. And what is the harmonious Qi? Is when the upper Qi and the lower Qi are in union. And that's called the harmonious Qi. See, if I don't explain it, then what they wrote here is impossible to understand. So what is harmonious Qi? Harmonious Qi is the union of the upper Qi and lower Qi inside the treasure vase. That's called the harmonious Qi. First, lift the lower Qi. So first you need to lift up your anus first. So you lift the anus to lift the lower Qi. Open and close the lower door 3 times. Oh my God. The anus has to be open and close and open and close and open and close. And then lift for the last time to lift the lower Qi. I never taught this before in the past. You have to do it 3 times. And I just did it once. It turned out that you have to do it 3 times. Who make the rules? Please come here. It turned out to be Virupa. Virupa said that it has to open and close 3 times. Before you lift the Qi up. So we should listen to him because he's a patriarch. And then breathe in the upper Qi through the nostrils, tuck in the chin, and what it said here, Qi causes the water to flow, which means that the Qi and the water move together. So when the Qi goes in, you tuck in the chin, then without any sound, what is the water that refers to the saliva? Without any sound, swallow a mouthful of saliva. I often do this. First, you breathe in through both nostrils. First, you lift up, and then you push down. And then, without any sound, you swallow your saliva. And push it down. If there is a sound made, then that is an error. So when you swallow your saliva, You don't have to swallow like that. So I had saliva. Did you hear it? Yes. There's the sound of the saliva. But don't make any sound. With no sound, you swallow the saliva. And that would be fine. If you make a sound, then that's an error. Now you understand. Of course, when you swish around the saliva, there would be sound. The point is, don't make any sound when you swallow. This way, the qi meets the fire at the meeting point in the lower body. And because of the qi in the treasure vase yoga, the fire is red, blazing, and hot to the touch. So, and that is called Kundalini or Tumo in a fire. There's a warm, a hot touch to the touch until the secret cha character at the navel area become a strong blaze. Because at first the fire was light red color, and then it becomes dark red, and then it becomes blazing. A red fire blazes, which shoots toward the Om character at the navel area. And from this Om character, a very fine thread of nectar flows downward like the oil of a lamp to add the intensity of the blazing fire of the Cha character. So he talked about this, the key formulas, the secret formulas. It was right lead, right red, and because of the Om character, a fine thread of nectar flows downward like the oil of a lamp. Like when you lit fire and you add oil to it, and the lamp will burn for a long time. So like the burning lamp, it would burn for a long time and add the intensity of the blazing fire. Continue to visualize this way. The upper chi and lower chi are in harmony. Otherwise, if the upper chi does not reach the lower chi completely, then it has insufficient power. So the upper chi has to be in union completely with the lower chi. Then it is called the harmonious chi in order to generate power. If the upper chi is still in the upper body, if there is still any upper chi left, then you will not be able to generate power. In this way, continue to uphold the Kundalini fire up and down. When it is forceful and conspicuous, the time is short, and the most precious is amidst the blazing fire. That's the burning lamp.
还是在讲这个吧。好了，我今天就讲到这里。 不过我们按照
That's
密
all
教
for
的走
today.
佛法来讲，它这一段也是属于走佛法。
So this is also considered the inner fire or the
今
Tumo
天我们学
practice.
到了，
So today we learn
比较重要一点，
the
这
one
个毗瓦巴
important
的
point.
意思是讲，
What
下
Virupa
气
meant,
要先提，
you have
就
to
是
lift
上
up
气先
the
下
lower chi first and not
记住一
pushing
点
down
要
the
诀，
upper chi first.
先
So please remember, you have to
后压，
lift first and then push down.
先提后压，
So you
就是
first
逆气，
lift and then
然后
later
还
push
学到一
down.
点，
That's in your
先要
chi practice.
肛门要收
And the other
放
point
收
is
放，
the
然
anus
后
has to be
放收，先放
close,
So-
open, close, open, close,
放
open,
收，
close.
要3次，
3 times. 3 sets.
这是下行气。
That's for the lower
下行
chi.
这样子做。那么上行气呢，
And then the upper chi,
跟唾液在一起下，
it
就是先吸
flow,
口气
it goes
下
downward together with the
最后是唾液
saliva.
下
So first you take in the breath and then
保
the
平气里面呢
push it down and the saliva down
就有个中心的一个
together.
点
And so the treasure vase, there is a
就是用的是
center,
二字的半边，
and Grandmaster used half of the A character, which is like an upside down number
1
5.
2 3 4 5
1, 2, 3, 4,
把
5.
它颠倒过来，
And then you put it upside down.
这个是淡红，再来
First light red or pink, it becomes red,
染
and then
就是
blazing
燃灯就是把它
or
变成一个灯火，
burning lamp.
燃灯就是
So that's what it
变成一个
means.
灯火。
And then you make it into a
不
lamp.
过这也太快了，为什么呢？
But this
因为
is
平
too
时我们练
fast.
保平气要练很久，
Because when we practice treasure vase, we want to practice for a long time until it matures,
能够进入中脉，
until your qi can enter into your central channels. That's most
外
important.
面的气叫做方便气，
And the qi outside is called the convenient qi.
叫做
And the qi inside is called the wisdom qi.
我讲解这个比较清楚。那么
So,
刚刚依照他所
This
说
is
的，
clearer,
这样子就
my
能够把
explanation.
这个
But what he
这个
just
火
said,
很快就燃起来吗？不太可能。
that this way can you ignite the inner fire quickly? It's quite hard. It's very hard.
练平气，
But if
练
you
保平气，慢慢地
practice
练
it
慢慢的练，练到有一个
gradually and slowly and continually until one day
那是观想的
it becomes mature,
记下四指的地方，
that through your visualization at the forefinger width below your navel, there is a thread of fire there.
最后
It's light red or pink, and then becomes red, and then it becomes fire. Then that's called the burning lamp.
灯会燃起来，一定要跟
In order for the lamp
才会燃
to
起来。
burn,
所谓
there has to
甘露
be
就是明
nectar,
点
and the nectar refers to the light drops.
甘露就是明点，
The
是
nectar,
记录
the nectar
底
is
下
the light
注
drops.
进的甘露注进去，
So the nectar around the navel area would enter into it to burn the lamp.
这一段的说法就是这样。
This is what the explanation of this
这
excerpt,
个明点，我们最
that
重
the
要的
light
明点
drops
当然是
around
在
the navel. And of course, the most important light drops
眉心
are at the brow
这个明点
chakra.
是最大的，它是固
That's the biggest one, and it is solid here.
那其他还有很多的明点。
But
这
there
个
are many
走
other light
我们今
drops
天走火
around the
斜
body.
地瓦巴，当然知道他有讲到口诀。
And today, if we practice the inner fire of Virupa, there are several key formulas that you have to open and close 3 times
下行气提起来，
before you lift up your lower chi, and for the upper chi, you push down.
这个上行气把它下
you push down the upper chi, and then you swallow a mouthful of saliva. This was taught by Virupa. But in the beginning, when we practice treasure-based energy yoga, we don't swallow saliva, but we do tuck in the chin to press on the Adam's apple. This is called the Adam's apple, and you have to tuck it in. Otherwise, the chi will not go down. The purpose of pushing on the or pressing on the Adam's apple is to allow the upper chi to go down. So now I have explained it very clearly. Now you understand. Otherwise, it's really difficult to understand. You know, talking about inner tantra, I have to explain very clearly in details. There are many key formulas and pith instructions. The way to generate inner light are many. Typically, in order to generate clear light is from the sun, the moon, the stars. When you close your eyes, once you master this, that those lights will become luminous inside your body. And inside your body, the lights will merge with the outside lights. Grandmaster has lights. And Grandmaster's lights can be transmitted onto other people's body, so that those people's bodies can also generate light. And this is extremely important. So it's like a cycle. What Grandmaster said here is a cycle, this kind of light. This kind of light is a cycle. If Grandmaster cannot generate light, then he will not be able to transmit the light to other people. So because Grandmaster has light, then he is able to give lights to other people's bodies. But X never been able to say these things. And she claimed that her inner fire has been lit, but I've never taught even this Virupa's pith instructions that you have to open and close 3 times, and yet she claimed she had it already, that you have to lift the lower chi first and then to push down the upper chi, and then you have to swallow the saliva with no sound. This is difficult. You think that you would ignite your inner fire just following what Grandmaster just said. No, it's going to be very difficult, and you have to practice for a very long time in order to go smoothly in the future. It's extremely difficult to ignite the inner fire. Look at Milarepa. He had to bind himself and push and press and tie. Let me tell you a secret. Now, in this world, the atomic or nuclear bomb is the worst. But let me tell you a secret. But bomb in Chinese also sound like eggs. But let me tell you, there's a kind of bomb that is not chicken egg, duck eggs and stuff, but it's called the sun bomb that you don't know. And you take a prism and then you collect and focus the sun rays, and then underneath it, then the fire will be ignited.
你只要把太阳的光跟热集中起来。
But let me tell you, if you just focus the sun rays and sun heat onto a certain country, then that country would be devastated.
不用核子弹，也不用燃料，太阳就在那里。
There's no need for the nuclear and
收集起来。
and any other resources. So you just focus that. That's called radioactive bomb. You just collect the sun rays, lights, and radioactive power, and then you use something to reflect upon, say, a country. Then the country would be totally flattened and devastated. In my mind, I sense that there are several countries that are researching on this sun bomb, radioactive sun bomb. Have you ever thought of it? You just use a magnifying glass. You can build a huge magnifying glass, and then you collect all the sun rays onto it, and then you reflect it upon, say, a country, and the whole country would be totally burned, scorched. So I got the information that there was a country that's researching on this, and this is even more powerful and more horrendous than the nuclear bomb, because for the nuclear bomb you still need some burning resources, but if you just use the power of the sun, this would be like the end of the world. But the concept is the same for the inner fire. It's the same concept as accumulating or focusing the sun rays in order to ignite the fire. It's the same, and you can collect them onto the point in your body and then make it burn, and that's like the burning lamp. So that's the same concept. Very stubborn and very stubborn, naughty woman finally got married. And then asked the groom-to-be that, okay, I know, I will take care of her in the after the wedding. But then the dad changed the words, like after the wedding, after marriage, that you have to take good care of yourself. You know, that women are incredible. That the man in bad luck. Please take good care of yourself. So if you become monks, then you're lucky. After you become monks, please don't think too much, because there's so many tigresses around. A middle-aged couple, after watching a romantic love movie, their old love became reignited, and the wife told the husband, "Oh, I wish that you would be able to carry me to bed tonight." And the husband replied, "Sure, I love to, but now I have to do it in three times, because she's become fat.
有一个人问救生员，
Someone
你
asked
救过
the
多少人呢？
safeguard, how many
你
people
救
have
过
you
多少人
saved?
呢？救生员讲，
And the safeguard
有无
replied,
数个人，
uncountable.
其中还有一个成为我的老婆。
And one of them is my
那这个
wife.
人就问，那你跟
And then
这
he asked
个
again,
老婆啊，你救了她，你有什么感想？
so how do you
救生员
feel
就
after
讲，
saving her?
她的人生啊，浮了起来，
Her life
我的人
has
生
come up
沉了下去。
and my life has drowned.
警告你们这些出家人，
Has sink. So I like to warn all of you monks,
再有这个
please
想法，
don't even think
再
of
有
it.
这个其他的这个非分之想，
Please never think of things that you're not supposed
很
to.
好的。
Please don't have
你结
all
了婚
those
以后啊，
other improper
他的
thoughts.
人生浮起来，
Because after the
你的
marriage,
人生沉下去。
her life would float, would become a float, and your lives would sink.
有一个妻子感动地说：
A
结婚
wife
这么多年，
was
你还
moved
把我的
and
照
said,
片放在你的皮夹子里面，
"Oh, after so many years of marriage, you still carry my photo in your wallet."
或困扰发生时，
And the
不管
husband
有多
replied,
困难，
"When I encounter difficulties, no matter how big it is,
解决
every
这些
time I look at your photo, my
妻子很感动。
difficulties would be resolved." And the wife was really moved
想不到我对你
Oh,
有
I'm
这
so
么惊人的
touched
影响力啊。
that I had such a big
让我讲
influence on
是
you.
啊，
And the husband said,
望着你的
"Yes,
照
of
片，
course.
我会
Looking
知
at
道
your photo, I would
还有
ask
什么困
myself,
难比
is there any
这个来得大？
problem bigger than this?"
哦，又是警告我们这些和尚。
So this is a warning to the monks
你
again.
看，
Please,
娶一个妻子的困难，
you know, the difficulties of having a wife
胜过任何的困难。
is worse than any difficulties.
我告诉你，有一位女性来申请职业，
A
老
woman
板问她
is
你有几
going
个小
for a job,
孩，回答5个。
and the boss asks, "How many people?
老板问
How many
他
children
们
do you
叫
have?
什么
5.
名字呢？
What are their
他回答
names?"
小明、小明、小明、小明跟小明，
They're called Xiaoming, Xiaoming, Xiaoming,
老板很
Xiaoming,
奇怪。
and Xiaoming.
都叫小明。
And the
那你
boss
叫
was
他们吃
curious.
饭的时候怎么办？
They all
他说这个很好，
call the same
我
name.
叫一声小明，
How do you call them to dinner? It's very easy. Just call once, Xiaoming.
如
They
果
all
你要
would
叫
come.
某一个
And then the boss
小
asks
明，你
again,
怎么办？
if you only want to call one of them, what would you do? That's
我
even
只要叫
simpler.
他的姓就可以了。
I just call him by the family name.
天哪！
Oh my gosh.
原来他结了5次婚，
So she's been married
Oh,
5
I see.
times with 5 family names for the children.
你看嘛，又是警告我们这些。
See, another warning to the monks.
你不要以为
Don't ever think that
你能够查平他，
that you would be able
收
to
服、降服他，
control
就像
her
常常降服那些鬼一样。那些鬼、啊、
to
会跑出去偷吃的，
like
你
XX
知道吗？
claim
丈
that
夫很难当的。
that she controlled the ghosts, you know, because they would steal. I mean, they would try to sneak out or sneak to do things. So this is a warning to the monks. Please don't think that it's easy to be a husband.
啊， 再讲最后一个吧。
Let me tell another the last
算了，
joke.
不讲，
Well, forget it.
因为再讲真的很麻烦。
Otherwise, it would become a problem.
你讲给他。好了，再讲一个了。
Okay, let me tell another one.
这个他们议员在修改婚姻法的时候，
The legislators
支持疏忽，
were trying to change the marriage law,
达成
and
了一天一妻。
there was a carelessness in typing the Chinese characters
很
that
多啊，对不对？
one husband and one wife
这
becomes
个
one wife
人大
a day.
常委会审议的时候，普遍
That's a huge difference.
这一条改得好，
But everybody
这个跟
welcome
时
it.
代跟
This
时
is a
代
good
是一样的
amendment
在进步。
because it is
这个贾代表认为，
in compliance with the modern life.
就怕祸延保不了，
Well, it's good, but
一天一妻呀，祸延保不了。乙代表认为，好是好，就怕
A
时
said
间有点少。
that it is good, but there may not be enough supply. And B said it's good, but we don't have enough time.
有一个女的代表说，
And then
好
a
是好，
female rep said
就
it's
怕
good,
男
but
同胞身体受不了。
it's good, but maybe the man can't
一
stand
天
it.
一妻，
One wife a
身体受得
day,
了吗？
can you stand it?
这
Your
个
body,
协法律
can
的
your
代
body
表
stand
说，
it?
好是好，就是孩子的
And
父
then
亲不易找。
The next one said it's good, but it's hard to find who's the father.
好啦，结
I
束
mean, it's hard to find the father. Okay, that's the end. Om Mani Padme Hum.